Hey mathematicians, let's do your homework. All right, so we got some more percent word problems, which means that we're going to set up our part, whole, percent key before we get started. We can also set up our part out of whole is the same as a percent out of 100. Okay, Chris found a shirt that was on sale for 30% off. That's our percentage. 30% as a fraction is 30 over 100. The shirt was originally $20. How much is the discount? The discount is not the whole price. The discount is the part. $20 is the whole price. And since you're having a sale, you wouldn't actually end up spending $20. So we're trying to figure out how much money we get to take off that price tag. So if $20 is the whole cost, what is 30% of $20? So to do that, we can say, let's see, I need to go towards the 20 because I want my arrow to point at my unknown. 100, starting with 100, ending with 20 is going to be a division problem. And then I can just think either way. I can be like, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, that's 5. But since I'm starting with 100 and I'm cutting it down to 20, then it's a divide by 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6. So our answer is 6, and the units are dollars. You get $6 off the cost of the shirt. So it's not asking you for this, but in the future, like in 7th grade, you might get question types that are like, okay, what's the new cost? So then you'd say it wouldn't be 6, it would be 20 minus 6. Okay, the new cost is $14. So just a heads up for 7th grade. Martin found some pants on sale for 60% off. All right, lots of sales today. The part we don't know yet, the whole we don't know yet, but we do know that it's 60%. The pants were originally $100. How much are they now? Same setup. Oh, but even easier. The whole is 100. We don't know the part. It is equal to 60% as a fraction. Wait a minute, that's a times 1 relationship. Don't forget a dollar sign on your answer. Xavier saved $400. He spent 18% of it on a gift for his mom. Is the gift for his mom all his money or part of his money? It's part, so we don't know how much that is. So that makes the 400 all his money. Now we're going to set it up as a proportion. The part we don't know out of the total. We set that equal to 18%, which is 18 out of 100. Now we're looking for a relationship here, and then we'll use that relationship here. 100, how many 100s make 400? That would be 4 of them. That means that we're doing 18 times 4 to be our answer, and our answer is in dollars. Number 4, Tahir has written 30%. Okay, part, whole, percent, that's 30%. That's going to be 30 out of 100 of a 250-page novel. So the whole book is 250 pages. He's not written the whole book. He has written a part of it, and we need to figure out how many pages that is. Ooh. Okay, we're going to solve this, and then we're going to see that that's not actually the answer. But we need it to find the real answer. All right, our total is 250. We need to figure out, do you see a relationship here? Do you see a relationship here? If you don't see a relationship either place, then we can simplify. I usually like to check if I can divide by tens, because I do see a relationship here. 10 times 25 gives me 250. So 3 times 25 gives me what I might think is my answer, but is really not. Here's why. 30% is the part that has been written. How many pages does he still need to complete? That does he still need to write? He still needs to write 70% of the book. So you got 2 options. You can go back and you can change this to be 70 out of 100 and simplify that to 7 out of 10 and then still do the times 25 times 25, and that'll give you your answer. Or you can say, okay, I know my whole book was 250 and I know I've already written 75 pages. So when I subtract them, that's the number of pages I still have left to write. I actually prefer that way. That's my personal preference. If you were close reading enough, maybe you could have caught it before you started doing any math and you could have just started with the 70%. But I personally start with the 30% because that's what I see. And then if I need to subtract from my total, that's okay because that's something I can do. All right, that would be 4. That would be 10 minus 5 is 5. 14 minus 7 is 7. So your answer should be that he has 175 pages left to complete. Joswan sold 85% of the items he made to sell on his Etsy shop. Ooh, I love to shop on Etsy. 85%. If he sold 51 items, did he sell all the items on his Etsy shop? No. That's part that he sold. How many items did he make in total? Oh, that word total too is another clue. Like if I'm asking you how many parts he made in total, that means I don't know the total or I don't know the whole number. So 51 is a part. Parts go on top. The whole or the total goes on the bottom, but we don't know it. And 85 is a percent out of 100. Ooh, that does not look great. Something times something makes 51. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. 85 times something or divided by something equals 51. Or 85 divided by something that equals 100. Or times something. So, when I don't know, I don't panic. I just simplify. 85 divided by 5. That gives me 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 35, 7. And that gives me 20. Now we need to see, ooh, is 51 a prime number like I thought it was? Or is there 17 times something that equals 51? And honestly, I use a guess and check method here. 17 plus 17 is 20, 34. Plus 17 is 40, 51. I guess I was wrong. My gut was that 51 is a prime number, and I shouldn't listen to my gut right there, because that's 3 of them. So that's a times 3. 20 times 3 will give you your answer. I'm going to jump over here to number 8 just because it's on screen right now. Angel earned $2,400 on his last paycheck. Nice job, Angel. Does that sound like part of his paycheck or his entire paycheck? Sometimes it's hard to tell just from the first sentence. So let's read the next one. He used 38% of it being his paycheck, to pay rent. So the part we're going to deal with is the part that's for rent. Okay, that means that the paycheck number is really his whole number because it's all the money that's in his bank account. And then you should not spend 100% of your paycheck on rent because you still need to buy things like gas and groceries and pay your electricity bill and your internet bill and all that kind of stuff. How much was his rent? All right, so we know it's the whole, which means it goes on the bottom. We know all percents are out of 100, and we know this is a 38%. So we need to figure out how many 100s make 2,400. Well, I know that 4 100s makes that 400 part. And I know that 10 100s makes 1,000. So if 10 times 100 is 1,000, then 20 times 100 will give me 2,000. And 4 times 100 gives me 400. And, whoa, what'd I do? And these two together make 24 times 100, which is 2,400. All right, so this is times 24. 38 times 24 will give you your answer. Brian collects sunglasses. 40%, okay, part, whole, percent, 40% of his sunglasses in his collection are aviators. If he has 8 aviators, is aviators part of his collection or is the entire thing aviators? It's only part. He has other brands too. How many total sunglasses does he have? Oh, I love it when they ask it that way because then I actually know for sure we don't know the total. So part goes on top. We're not sure what the total is. 40 is a percent out of 100. So now you're looking for scale factors like that. I don't know how to say this name. Jose? Jose? I'm not sure. Earned a 96%. Oh, maybe it's Josie. I don't know. This person earned a 96% on her last exam. Nice grade. 96%. If she got 2 questions wrong, that's not the entire test, otherwise she'd get a 0, so that must be a part. How many total questions must have been on the exam? This is another trick one, though. So, let's think about it. If I tell you you got a 96, I'm not telling you how many you got wrong. I'm telling you a percentage of ones you got right. So 96 is supposed to match with the part that's for right answers. So before we do any math, this is the part that's wrong. We don't know the part that's right, and we actually don't need to. But we do need to know the percentage that's wrong. So if everything on the test makes 100%, 96 of it is correct, that means 4% must be incorrect. We're actually going to use that number, not the 96% to get our answer. So 2 of them are wrong, and that makes up 4% of the test that was wrong. If I start at 4 and I go to 2, I'm dividing because I'm getting smaller. I'm cutting 4 in half. That means I'm cutting 100 in half. There should be 50 questions on her test. 50 questions on the test. Done with our homework.